How's it going, everybody? I hope you're staying relevant. We're going to be getting right into this video. First of all, we are in fact doing a contest on Instagram. So if you would like a shout out, all you have to do is follow us on Instagram and connect with us, and you could earn yourself a shout out in the next video or one after that. It's going to be an ongoing thing just to promote the Instagram. But all that being said, today we are talking about Cardano ADA, and there's a lot of really interesting news happening involving Cardano really giving Ethereum a run for their money. I'd say that as we move forward, it's going to take cryptocurrencies that have a certain amount of flexibility and capability of performance, and essentially I'd say that Cardano really is going to give Ethereum a run for its money when it comes to the fact that Cardano has the ability to learn from the mistakes that were made from Ethereum. A lot of people who have worked on Ethereum are now working on Cardano, and I think that this is really fundamentally going to be on a maneuverability level. We've already seen Ethereum establish itself, and essentially it's too big to fail, and I think it's relying too big on that sort of concept moving forward, and that will really lead to Ethereum's downfall. Cardano's the hungry one. It's the one that needs to prove itself as well, and when you look at what Cardano aims to do, this is really what sparks my interest when you take into consideration the fact that the team behind Cardano is really taking this technology in a very strategic way. It feels as if they're thinking in a 2020 mindset, and Ethereum still thinks that this is 2017. So admittedly, today is not exactly an exciting day in terms of seeing things just shooting upwards. Today is really just sort of a normal day, one of those natural rainy days that we've essentially been getting used to in the crypto world all too much. I feel like it's interesting to see how the community has been conditioned to be used to seeing these different technologies in the red lately, but of course it is always cryptocurrency going through these different phases. Now, of course, remember towards the end of 2017, people tend to think the market that they're seeing is going to go on forever. I mean, 2017, for example, things were just going up and up and up. Bitcoin at $20,000. Everybody's going to the bank feeling like they're the next Steve Jobs or whatever. And, I don't blame them. When things are good, they're good. When things are bad, they're bad. And when things are sideways, well, you can pretty much expect them to be going in that direction. And realistically, that's essentially what we've been seeing all along since the end of 2017, and really nobody would blame you if you started looking at this graph and of course there's some people out there who might not believe in the technology and might think we're in some sort of a bad situation involving cryptocurrency, but I really have a much more optimistic perspective. I mean, look at how much progress we've actually made in such a short amount of time, from April 18th 2017 till right here. I mean, we're still moving. There's still some growth right there, and the fact that crypto has revisited these all-time highs, it is still good indications of what the future could hold for these technologies. Rome wasn't built in a day, essentially. When it comes to cryptocurrency, this is the game-changing field. This is the game-changing space. These technologies are going to really play a significant role in the future of the way that we see these different things developing. So when we look at technologies like Cardano, and we're paying attention to how these different variables involving the Internet of Things and more people all around the world getting smartphones and connecting to the internet, this is really opening up the door for really a global scale people all around the world being able to connect and having this need for the interconnected abilities that are made possible by cryptocurrency. Now that's going to be the fundamental theme of the video that we're going to be talking about today. Really, Cardano, we've seen its name coming up next to Google, and really one of the fundamental things that Google did was at the end of the dot-com bubble, when we were seeing all these different technology companies, like Yahoo used to be the Google of its time, but watch, Yahoo came to a decline, MySpace came to a decline, and we will see all the social media platforms like Facebook, like Twitter, they're all a dime a dozen. And and eventually they will all meet their decline as well, at the helm of the cryptocurrency paradigm shift, essentially, that we're witnessing happening. And this is really going to be pivotal when we take into consideration a lot of different technologies and how they're going to be playing a big role in seeing these things and actually taking a piece of the pie when that social media bubble finally does burst. I mean, we've seen Facebook teetering and tottering and losing percentages and dropping in stock, or having problems with the way that they treat their data. You name it, these irresponsible social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter, the way that they abuse their user bases with censorship and manipulation through algorithms. You name it. The fact of the matter is, a social media platform that wishes to control what the people actually using that platform are going to be doing, essentially, when Facebook tries to police thought, it's a recipe for disaster, and it's really a steady turn downwards. If you'd like to drive your social media platform into the ground, that's a quick and fast way to do it. And of course, all these different cryptocurrencies on here would be happy to watch you, essentially go down to the ground, because the faster Facebook goes into decline, the faster we will see the public really looking for that next best thing. It's also another interesting thing, because a lot of people, when they talk about cryptocurrency going, becoming the next mainstream thing, they talk about the collapse of the global markets. They talk about the world debt calculator. They talk about They talk about the all these different scary things, like the world debt clock, for example. Just pull it up for you real quick. Just these different things. They talk about the end of civilization in fiat as we know it, and then cryptocurrency rises from the ashes. But what I want to talk about is the student loan bubble and certain things, and the education system and the flaws in the education system that go hand in hand with the financial system, and essentially how cryptocurrency in the internet age really stands to revolutionize the way that society operates on multiple different fronts. And this is also getting my interest in the conversation regarding Cardano, because the future of blockchain and the future of the way that we could see these different cryptocurrencies operating really goes hand in hand. And essentially, as we move forward, I would say that it's going to be the technologies that appropriately leverage smart contracts and essentially bookkeeping and this system of trust, and of course the capability to be able to maneuver and solve problems regarding the different things that might come up, the different problems that might be able to be solved, that will give the network more flexibility and more capability to be dealing with these problems before they get too big. And essentially, that's one of the big problems that we're witnessing happening on a big scale, that cryptocurrency essentially stands to move right in and adjust and really solve that problem. But it's going to be dirty business seeing how these different things are going to start. But essentially, research all these different things. I just say, if you're pretty much aware and you're staying up to date, and you're pretty much aware enough to be aware of cryptocurrency, I don't think that you'll get hit too hard when we do see these things collapsing in on themselves. So there's always opportunity, don't get me wrong. Seeing Cardano spicing the game up, really giving Ethereum a run for its money, it's great to see, because I think that Ethereum and Bitcoin are a little too comfortable sitting up there at the top ranks. I'd say that definitely they need to be given a run for their money by some of these altcoins that essentially bring to the table that fundamental free market competition spirit. Essentially, the one that's able to do it better should be the one that's able to have the most influence and clout on the situation, of course, and it seems only logical. So all that being said, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment, educational purposes. I'm not your dad, yada yada. And of course, if you guys are interested, you guys can connect with us on Instagram now, and of course interested in staying relevant on all different social media platforms. So link to the Instagram will be down in the description. I know a lot of you are used to following us on Twitter, but I think that Instagram really is the next frontier. So if you want to connect with us on Instagram, very happy to continue the conversation over there. All that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and of course, course, comment down below, letting you know what we think about Cardano, letting us know what you think about Cardano, letting us know what your grandma thinks about Cardano. We're interested in everybody's opinion so that we can continue to grow this network and stay relevant, essentially. So all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.